Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be testing Rise of the Ronin on my ROG Ally running on Bazzite operating system and steamdeck running on SteamOS. This game was originally released on PS5 platform in March 2024. On PC platform it was released just a few days ago. It's an open world RPG set in the Bakumatsu period in which we play as a wandering samurai without any master. We can create our own custom character. The game allows us to choose which faction to support, such as the anti-shogunate faction, pro-shogunate faction, or western forces, which significantly alters the story's outcome. This game is developed by Koei Tecmo. It's the same studio behind games like Nioh, Bolong, and Ninja Gaiden. Unfortunately, the PC version of the game suffers from performance issues. When this game is running with a variable FPS, it runs in a slow motion state, skips frames. In order to prevent this issue, you need to make the game run at FPS values close to 30, 60 or 120. This is very disappointing considering the same thing happened in Bolong. First I'll run the game on my ROG Ally. Bazzite system information. My Ally is running on BIOS version 341. I have set the UMA buffer size to auto. Show you handheld daemon settings. Press the migrate button twice. Advanced setting. TDP set to 30 watts using a very aggressive fan curve. CPU settings. CPU power set to low. CPU boost disabled. GPU frequency set to auto. Connected my 8-bit DOE. Ultimate 2C controller to Ally 2.4 GHz wireless mode. Using G Proton version 9-26 as the compatibility layer. Performance QM settings. OLE level set to 3. VRR enabled. FPS Cap set to 120. I have installed the game on Ally's internal SSD. This game size is around 149 GB as you heard it right. First I'll run the game at 900p resolution. Need to set the display mode to borderless in order to use FSR frame generation. Resolution set to 900p. FPS limit set to 120. FPS limit in cutscene 60. 120 FPS limit will make the game run in a slow motion state. Game supports both FSR3 and XeSS upscalers. XeSS upscaler produces texture shimmering around the vegetation, even around the hair. Hair actually looks a bit pixelated. Stick with FSR3. Using its quality mode. Sharpness level set to 0.7. Frame generation disabled for the time being. Using the low to lowest settings. Isotropic filtering set to 8 times. Motion quality set to medium. Lowest setting against. Subsurface scattering enabled. Post processing effects disabled wherever possible. That's it. Ray tracing off. I'll skip the prologue, straight away jump into the open world. I'm in Yokohama, standing at the entrance of Honmuku Village, and here we are getting around 24 FPS. The game is running in a slow motion state. We are hitting the GPU bottlenecks, so I'll drop the resolution to 720p. Open visual settings, drop the resolution to 720p. It caused the game to crash. Bazzite restarted. This is so disappointing. Reload the same sequence. Yeah, now we are getting close to 30 FPS, but the game is still running in a slow motion state. Good to see that the performance improved after dropping the resolution from 900p to 720p. Just fix this slow motion bug now. Need to cap the FPS at 30. Open the in-game settings. Set FPS limit to 30. Even for the cutscene. Rest of the settings are left as they are. Back to the game. Yeah, now it's not running in a slow motion state. So capping the FPS at 30 fixed the issue. Image quality is looking decent. The world looks a bit pixelated during motion. FSR upscaler for you. Would not recommend using the lower quality presets of this upscaler. Enter the village, populated area. I'm observing some frame pacing issues. On Windows, I fixed these frame pacing issues by capping the FPS at 30 using RTSS. Yeah, there was a stutter there. FPS suddenly dropped to 21. Increased back up to 30. Gameplay is a bit jittery. I'll just cap the FPS using performance QM settings. Cap it to 30. Hopefully this will work. Back to the game. I'm getting 30 FPS. Few hitches here and there. It's not as effective as RTSS. I'll just traverse the open world now. Call my horse. Need to press the left D-pad button. So I'll be honest, the game looks bad and runs poorly. Here we are getting close to 30 FPS. Again I am observing some frame pacing issues. Yeah, you can see the spikes on the frame pacing graph. Massive stutter there. FPS suddenly dropped to 17. Back up to 30. Show you some combat as well. Oh no. Game froze there for half a second. And me. I use my grappling hook. Lock onto the enemy first. There you go. Melee weapon. Game features a fast-paced gameplay. Okay, I'll try to parry my enemy's attack. Restore my health first. That worked. Stun the enemy. Just need to press the Y key right before our enemy's attack lands. This guy is still alive. He's done. So 30 FPS is possible on ROG Ally Bazzite, but there will be some frame pacing issues. FPS can suddenly drop from 30 to 20. Increase back up to 30. Now I'll test frame generation. Just set it to FSR 3. It's not going to be an ideal experience considering the base FPS is capped at 30. Oh no, the game crashed again. I'll start it again. Look at this prompt. An unexpected error has occurred. Application will be terminated. Try to start the game again. Such a poor PC port. It's the same error again. I think enabling FSR frame generation caused this. I'll test the game on Steam Deck now. I'm not expecting good performance in Ronin on Steam Deck considering how poorly it ran on ROG Ally Bazzite using G Proton version 9-26 as the compatibility lag. This is the LCD variant of deck. Supports up to 60Hz refresh rate. Shaders will get compiled at startup. Performance QM settings. OLED level set to 2. Frame limit set to 60. That's it. In-game settings. Display mode set to borderless, VSync off, FPS limit set to 30, 720p resolution. Game does not support 800p resolution. Using lowest to low settings. Upscaler set to FSR 3 using its performance preset. The game will look pixelated, but this will help in reducing the GPU load. Sharpness level set to 0.7. Don't even think about enabling FSR frame generation. Effects disabled. Model texture quality lowest. Steam Deck will still struggle to maintain a steady 30 FPS. Post-processing effects disabled wherever possible. Ray tracing off. We are in. There's a character. I have installed the game on Deck's internal SSD, observing a lot of stuttering. FPS is within a range of 17 to 25 and the game is looking pixelated. Another stutter. Entered the village. FPS dropped to around 10. Increased to around 20. Game is running like a slideshow, freezing. It's very poor performance. Audio is crackling. It's safe to say that this game is not playable on Steam Deck. Traversing the open world. So much stuttering. Haven't even left the village yet. There's the exit. The game world looks pixelated. Yeah, we are hitting the GPU bottleneck, and this is when the game is running on the lowest settings. Graphics are looking so poor. Still the game is running in a terrible state. This is the most disappointing part. I mean, there are better looking games that run much better than this. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.